What's up, playa?
What's up, playa?
You playing?
I'm playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Ready
You
for
see,
some sofa action? Oh, what's
you
that?
see, Kawhi Leonard's out for the season.
I don't know if he's out for the season.
He's out indefinitely, I should say.
He's without definite ending.
Did you see Rashid Shaheed is out for the season?
He's dead.
I lost him and Rasheed Rice and Brandon Cooks.
In the same team.
Two of them are on the same, and then Rashid's in two of my other leagues.
And Joe, you okay? Killer Sofa?
Killer Sofa.
I'm not available.
I'm sure you are.
No availability. How long ago?
I just thought it was weird that not a single other person has texted in 27 hours. So I was like, well, I'll send a follow-up.
No, that's pretty normal.
Well, the options are basically tomorrow night, Saturday, or Sunday now. So it could be in 24 hours. So
Yeah, I'm not available. Any of those junctions.
I'm sure you are. I'm going to message Devin, not in the group chat, but individually, because he has our chat muted and just checks in periodically to see if there is a most available time for him to get on for Hereditary.
Okay.
Since
Good idea.
He loves it.
Yeah.
How's your cup of noodles?
Pretty bad. Not the best.
They always sound good, and then they're never actually good.
They're a little rubbery. That's cup of noodles.
That's cup of noodles, yeah. All right. You finished the movie?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't paying the most attention, but I watched it all.
And Carter officially picked the Iron Giant, so.
Oh, Brad Bird.
Yeah. We'll get to go back into your buddy.
Into my birdie.
That's what I was going to say. Okay, are you ready or what?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I was going to pull this up.
I'm gonna pull it up.
All right. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3, play. Film. Major motion picture.
Yeah.
Is this a major motion picture though? Feels kind of like a minor motion picture.
I would think it's mostly non-union work.
You're probably right. Yes.
Yeah, which probably is what defines a major motion picture or not.
And it's also a Mad Kiwi production. I thought the little Mad Kiwi production logo goes hard. A little black and white sketch drawing of a killer kiwi.
Pretty hard. It was pretty cool.
And so you open in on the movie. A man is breathing heavily, dripping blood onto a picture of a girl. And that man is just immediately tied up, gagged, and a man is taking like a bladed multi-tool to his legs, just cutting them off.
That's mean.
All while a reclining chair that definitely has a face on it is just in the background.
Yeah, it does.
And then that picture of the girl then gets like this like jello blood splattered onto it. And that's how the movie enters. Immediate torture.
Torture. It's gross. Probably as gross as it gets, not pretty much though. Yeah.
For the most part, this isn't a show the kill scenes. It's not
Yeah. It's not
overly.
really jump scary.
It's not jump scary, no.
Intriguing.
But the Dove Foundation would hate this. This is not
They
a
probably, yeah.
Christian family movie. I don't think
No,
any
not in the slightest.
I don't think
I
any
mean,
horror film would, right?
they're like anti-demons, so maybe they're pro-Christianity often in that regard.
What about The Exorcist?
Yeah, they're like attacking the devil. Isn't that very Christian?
They are, but there's bad words and
The
demonic
devil's
stuff.
thing.
That's
I think
true.
they like those.
You
I
think
think
they like
Christians love The
Exorcist?
Exorcist. Fundamental Christians like The Exorcist.
Okay, interesting. Well, three people enter a garage or maybe a storage unit or something in search for a chair. They're delivery people, and on the chair it says "Deliver to Francesca," address on the back. So they check the address and they're going to go and deliver it. But intro credits as a woman, Francesca, or I can only assume this is Francesca, as the intro credits roll, is like seductively dancing to like a, what kind of, was this a jazz band? There was definitely a
They were like
horn and an
they're
upright
ska.
bass and
They're a ska band.
a ska band. She's dancing. Two detectives come into this bar that she was dancing at and talk to her and her friend Maxie, who's their band manager, about a friend of theirs named Federico. Not really a friend, but they knew him. He's the one that is suspected to be cutting the limbs, or no, he was the one with his limbs cut off from the other
The
man.
opening scene. Yeah.
Yes. Federico.
Federico. And he had the hots for our gal, our main gal.
Fran.
Yeah. They a lot of FR names in this. Federico, Francesca.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And
Scary sound.
Francesca had to actually file a restraining order against Federico. Like we said, he's obsessed with her. Just a little too much. She went out on like 2 dates with him or something, but ended up having to break it off. And she seems to always have this effect on men that they just become too obsessed with her, you know? She's hot and she's mysterious and she's got this New Zealand accent. And I'm like, oh, okay. Every time she talked, I was like, I don't know. Is it doing it for me?
Like in a sexual way?
Yeah.
So Brandon, is that your final verdict? Unsure if she does it for you in a sexual way.
Correct.
I think that's a fair assessment because a lot of the movie hinges on her like supposed like every guy who comes in contact with her like throws her life away to try and fuck her.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like just a normal girl, yeah.
And then the New Zealand accent too.
New Zealand accent.
I was ready
they all
for
have that.
They do, but I was always ready for her to not have a New Zealand accent, and then she did, and I was like, took me by surprise again. Yeah. Well, that moving crew, they find the chair, they're trying to move it. When the three lift it, one of the girls, the reclining seat popped open and then clamped back down onto her finger, like almost cut those fingers off. It was
that's
nasty.
Scary. This chair is bad juju, man. Yeah.
Right off the bat, you're like, well, and you're like, oh, this is an accident. But that chair has a face, but it's an accident.
It has a face, and then there's a Santa Claus guy running around.
He's not a Santa Claus
guy running around saying things are Dybbuks.
He's a rabbi. But anyway, the two girls, the one girl takes the other girl to get her fingers fixed. So the guy delivers it to Francesca's place. He brings it here, but an older man's like, oh, she doesn't live here anymore. Just my granddaughter, Maxie. And as the delivery guy tries to make a call to Francesca, Jack, the Jewish rabbi, Jack, a completely normal Jewish name as well. Jack the rabbi. He puts his hands on the chair looking at it, and he gets transported to like a spirit realm or something. He's having visions of
It's rabbi stuff. Yeah,
it's rabbi visions.
it is. It's all like tinted blue.
It's all tinted blue.
He's like a psychic.
It's like a woman running through a forest and people chasing and screaming after her, and that's about it until he ends up being woken up on the concrete and tells the delivery guy, "Get out of here!" He's like, "I was just trying to help you."
Whoa, he's got the shine.
What about? Oh, he does it. He 100% has the shine. What about an 8 Mile movie, but it's all Jewish, and the main character is P Rabbi instead of P Rabbit?
It's B Rabbit first off.
Oh shit! It is B Rabbit.
B Rabbi. B Rabbi though. Be the rabbi. I have the. He could be a rabbi. Papa Duck be? He could go hard in the verses. I have the books that B Rabbit is named after. The series of books called Rabbit Run and Rabbit Redux and Rabbit at Rest.
You did tell me something about this. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of them won the Pulitzer.
Whoa! That's actually kind of nuts. Well, B Rabbi.
B Rabbi.
And so the guy tells him to get out of here. Francesca arrives home to her boyfriend, who's apparently gay. Maxie keeps saying he's gay, but it's never
TJ?
Yeah.
I like TJ. TJ's cool.
The chair's just out in their front yard or like on the side. So he's just sitting in the chair rocking back and forth. And she's all torn up about the dismemberment news of Federico, obviously. And she wants him to stay home. She wants her boyfriend there just to be comforting. But he's doing a night on the town with his boy before he gets married tomorrow. So he can't be here. He's got the bachelor party or whatever.
Yeah. They're going to go fuck shit up. So she's home alone.
What did we do the night before we went to Old Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Played some basketball.
And then went to bed at like 1 a.m.
Not bad. Better than doing some blow at a strip club.
Way better. Yeah. Well, the arrested part sounds kind of fun. Yeah. And the strip. Yeah, it all could be fun. Well, yeah, he's got to go. And Jack, the rabbi, is all torn up from his visions. He pulls out a paper from a folder that he just has this folder called Dybbuk.
His demon folder.
Not like
as all rabbis have.
Not like the book. Like it's not a book. Dybbuk. Yeah, like the bears. A Dybbuk is I don't really even know. It's a
demon thing that like can jump into objects.
Yeah,
their body is like not nearby.
It's just spirit that lives on through other host bodies in Jewish mythology.
Yeah,
and supposedly he's got a gift, just like his father did, to see these visions. They both got the shine. And Francesca's in her home showering. Also, no nudity in a B movie horror film. You'd think that would be right for it.
You were disappointed. I know.
Shower scene up, and I was like, "Oh, Francesca's gonna show her boobs here." She didn't. No nudity at all. But that's okay. She's showering and starts hearing distant thumps.
I was so mad.
She gets out of the shower. Oh, so like the only jump scare of the film. It's like the first one that's coming up, and it's Maxie.
Yeah.
She came in the home because she invited her over. No, it's not the detectives. It's her friend Maxie, who she invited over since TJ wasn't going to be staying the night. But she had a killer clown mask on. She's not a mini detective. She's a wannabe music producer.
A DJ. Yeah, as they say down there.
An ad-take salesman. Saleswoman.
He's guy. Right.
TJ's guy. No, but she had like a killer clown mask on. She opens up the shower, and I was like, oh! That was the one jump scare.
And it wasn't a scary guy.
But Max is just hanging out, tells her that her antique business may go out of business and that she might have to get a new job or focus on music full time. They're watching scary movies. Their feet are up on the chair while the computer's up on the chair. And Maxie ends up leaving, looks up in the window to see Francesca doing her hair in the window, but then looks to the other window, and the chair is just staring. It's like upright, looking out the window down at her.
Buttons, yeah. Buttons for the eyes, yeah.
Only two
That's
buttons,
kind of funny.
2 eyes, and a crease for the mouth.
That's funny.
Staring at her. So Francesca, she makes some tea. She turns on some moody music. She puts on some red lingerie and reclines in the chair. Gets all comfortable. Classic girl time, me and myself in the chair with some lingerie and some tea.
Gotta do yourself up sometimes.
Nothing sexier than a recliner that was just delivered to you that you don't know where it was from, that you didn't pick out yourself. So she's in the chair in her in the chair in her lingerie, just like gripping it and like moaning and moving, and the lighting changes to a red tint. Of course, yeah, they're having sex, but then she startles herself awake in bed, and it was all a dream.
It's like a Freddy Krueger thing. The chair can fuck you in your sleep.
Exactly. But when it pans to the living room, there is a woman standing behind the chair that slowly fades away, an apparition of a woman.
A ghost, like Boonme style.
So this is invoking a pitch-a-pong?
Uncle Boonme who can recall his past lives.
Who directed Nightmare on Elm Street? Do you know? I don't know.
Wes Craven, I think.
Sure, I'll take your word for it. And like you said, Psycho. We got some Hitchcockian references.
There's the cock in there, yeah.
And Jack is at home watching some like self-learn videos on YouTube about Dybbuk's, and how if you touch them, they now have a pathway to enter your own body and mind and cause serious health problems.
That's a Dybbuk.
And the instant he reads serious health problems, he's like, oh, my heart. He's got the biggest 1,000-count bottle of just aspirin right next to him that he's taking every time he has a heart attack.
Yeah. He's got a lot of them.
He's got so much. And Francesca wakes up in her bed to see a bunch of candles leading her to the chair that has breakfast all made for her. There's breakfast and there's cookies on the chair. She thinks it was all TJ, and he's back home from the bender the night before, drunk as hell. He plays along like the good boyfriend, but the chair is upset.
Chair was trying to be romantic.
Chair wanted some of that puss. And so TJ reaches down, grabs one of the cookies that the chair slaved over the night before, munching on it. He tries to grab a second cookie. Chair just moves on him. He's like, well, that's kind of weird, but, whatever.
Fucking chair.
And then Detective Gravy, he's one of the two detectives. He calls Francesca. But also when he was doing push-ups, he was kind of muscular.
He was like a Jaden McDaniels build.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. He looks exactly like Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels, Detective McDaniels.
Detective Gravy calls Francesca and Maxie down to the precinct to ask them if they knew about Federico's past with voodoo, and if she has been feeling different anyway. She tells the detectives, this is where she's like, I got this weird effect on men, and sometimes women, where they become just completely obsessed with me, and they want to have sex so much with me. And there's just like, she tells them, she's like, so then I end up caving in, and we do have sex, but there's like a bunch of sexual tension and violence in the bedroom. Like, they hit me, but it's also kind of sexual, and I kind of like it, but it's maybe a little too rough. And they're like, girl, like, do you know about the voodoo? And she's like, yeah, but they hit me, and then I have to file restraining orders because they're too attached, so I move and I change my number and all that.
And then couches too. She fucks couches.
She fucks kind of everything.
Yeah, everything wants to fuck her.
And while she's at the precinct, TJ's at home alone cooking some pizza. When the chair attacks him, it slides up behind him, it opens up its little recliner, and it pulls out one of its springs basically and jabs him with the spiky end of the rusty spring.
Gets him. Gets fucking TJ.
Stabs him in the back leg, then stabs him through the leg. You see it poke through the other end. And I did love this great transition. TJ's like screaming in pain. And as he's screaming, it fades into Frederico on one of his voodoo videos screaming as they're watching it at the precinct. I was like, hey.
That's not bad transition. It's not, we can talk, yeah, it's like, it's not the most like visually pleasing movie of all time, but I think it is pretty competently made for the budget, it seems like.
Oh, it's 100% competently made.
It's not like
actually put some artistic work into it.
Yeah, the joke of the movie isn't in like how poor the filmmaking is, like some of our other entries in this category.
Exactly.
Which I appreciate.
The joke is, let's make fun of the horror genre, but they're like, I also want to make a movie. Like, let's do it. Let's make a movie. So
let's be sincere in our efforts.
Props to you, Bernie Rao, you know?
Yeah, they had props too. Yeah.
And TJ, he ends up surviving, and the detective and Francesca come home to rescue him. But like everything's smoking and on fire, they got to put it out. Jack, the rabbi, ends up calling his father Abba to tell him that he has the gift and has found a Dybbuk, but his father's like, no, you don't have the gift. You're a fucking idiot, Jack.
You're an idiot. His father is Swedish band ABBA.
Yes, he is the entire band. That includes 2 females and 2 male musicians.
That's right.
But he tells him, he's like, even if you did find a Dybbuk and you had that, you know, you are unprepared. You should let others deal with it. But he doesn't offer his own like expertise. Apparently, he's just like, I'm not doing it. You don't do it.
You don't actually have the shine, kid. So fuck off. Have a dick.
And TJ, he's hurt. He's staying at his mom's place for the time being, so she can baby him. But it's only like 3 houses down. You know, he could crutch his way over to see Francesca. She could go visit him, whatever. And the chair leaves Francesca's place and attacks him there at his mom's house. It uses its springs to tap the 2nd story window.
Wobble. Yeah. It's like a Elastigirl type situation. Yeah.
Yes.
That fucking kills us. Kills his ass.
It does. So TJ like opens up the window because he hears a knocking. It sneaks inside, kills him by stabbing him through the face with his springs.
TJ fucking hates this stuff. Yeah.
And then another good transition from him being stabbed in the face to Ashanti, who was Jack's new
singer
voodoo girlfriend. No. It's them crushing down onto his head as she is cracking an egg and crushing it. I was like, they know. And, you know, Ashanti is helping Jack re-enter his vision to solve the mystery of the Dybbuk. She is all about hypnotism and meditation and headspace. Voodoo. And he ends up getting back into his vision spirit realm. And he learns that a woman was poisoned by someone else and is on the run through a forest until she gets cornered and she slit her own neck in front of this other woman.
Spooky.
And they now know that the chair is the Dybbuk. I don't know how they knew that, but they do. And that whoever...
The detectives?
Jack and Ashanti.
Jack. Okay.
And they know that it's a Dybbuk, and whoever owns it is in great danger. And he's like, God, I wonder who has a chair. Like, not connecting to his dots that his granddaughter's best friend that used to live with them is Francesca, but
is the chair. Yeah.
She's not the chair.
She's not a chair.
Francesca wakes up in the chair to see a pair of her underwear illuminated in the light on the floor.
It's their God. God wants to fuck her too.
And she like looks around, and a man came in through her bathroom window, started smelling her panties, and then fled out the window when she came looking. Who could this be?
Is this her cousin?
No, this was all a dream again.
Oh,
It's another
not her cousin yet.
it's another chair
Sofa
dream.
boy.
Wakes up in her bed. But she hears sliding. So she comes out to check, and the recliner moves towards her. She's definitely scared. So she calls Maxie to come check it out and take her to her place since TJ wasn't answering.
Yeah, TJ, he can't answer.
He can't answer. And he was screaming for his mom, right? But she was doing some like yoga thing with her headphones on, and
yeah, that was fun.
And so she's finally done with that, and she's vacuuming. She's cleaning up the house. She's like, TJ, honey, I gotta come clean your room. If you're not gonna open the door, I'm gonna come in. So she's got the vacuum, but it's about to come unplugged, or it does come unplugged. So she sets it down just in the doorway. She opens the door and sets it down in the doorway, plugs it back in, and the vacuum starts sucking up all his innards.
Nice. Yeah. They're gonna jam it, Brandon.
They're gonna jam. Oh, the vacuum, of course.
Yeah. It's not gonna suck for very long.
They're not. Vacuums are not made to suck that long or that hard.
Or for that material.
Or that material. Yeah, you just see as she plugs it in, blood and flesh start to spin around the drum, and at first you're like, what is that? Until an eyeball pops up as she stops it. She sees it, gross. She screams. And so Francesca gets called to the police station again, this time about the death of her boyfriend TJ. When she's on her way out, Ralph is outside her door in the morning, just like, let's get married. And I'm like, who are you?
This is her cousin, isn't it?
This is Maxie's cousin, her best friend's cousin.
I thought it was her own cousin.
He also lives just down the street at a house, and she has to leave. She says no. So in spite of that, he breaks into her home. And he installs little security cameras.
Little baby cams.
And as he's installing these little hidden cameras, the chair is watching his every move. Just turning,
like, frowning.
No, he's frowning. That chair's mad.
Well, he's not that mad. He could fucking spike him if he wanted to.
He very well could. And at the precinct or the station, the detectives are like, all right, we think the murders are connected. And they're like, who could a suspect possibly be? And her and Maxie are both immediately like, it's like Ralph. It's my cousin Ralph. He's been obsessed with Francesca. He's very creepy. He lives just down the street, so he's very close proximity-wise.
But they're also like this chair, though.
They don't think about the chair yet.
I mean, they tossed it around.
She does say, I have this weird chair, and I thought it moved, but...
Yeah.
What are the odds that a chair's killing people compared to a human?
I bet more people die from chairs every year than people.
There's no way more people die from chairs every year.
Yeah, like chairs failing, chairs splintering.
No.
Chairs being used as weapons. I bet it's close.
No, I bet it's not.
I bet it's comparable.
What about instead of
40,000 people?
What about instead of Yosemite Sam, Proximity Sam? He's just always close. Oh,
yeah.
He's nearby.
The kids would love Proximity Sam.
It's a classic animated children's character trope and a Looney Tunes character. He's always getting into weird he's just in the background. He doesn't really do much, but Proximity Sam is always there. So back in, as she's down at the station with Maxie, back in Francesca's home, after installing some hidden cameras, Ralph gets into her bed. He sees her bra lying on the mattress. So he starts
And
fucking
humps
her
it.
bra and a hat of hers
Loves
underneath
it.
the covers.
He loves it.
He really does. And the chair doesn't slide or anything. Walks
Sarah
in
hates
the
him.
room. It's bipedal at this moment.
Yeah, he has legs and toes.
Walks into the room, grabs an iron to iron clothes with, and kills Ralph with it mid fuck.
Mid weird guy fuck. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
Ralph.
No, not Ralph.
We
And
love Ralph.
Maxie's like, you know what? We're gonna play this safe. I'm gonna check you into a motel room until the investigation is over. And she's like begging Max. She's just like, go by my place. After talking with your grandpa, because her grandpa was calling her, she says, go by my place and make sure my recliner is okay. What the?
Yeah, she's like, it's really important to me for college or
She
something.
loves this thing. Make sure my recliner is okay, please.
Yeah, my moment of terror.
And so Maxie goes first to talk to her grandpa. She's staying in the motel, but Detective Grape, the female detective,
Good
she
name.
sees Detective Gravy. He's still in the precinct late at night,
Also a good name.
working hard. He had an ugly divorce. The wife took the kid. She's like, why don't you and me go blow off some steam at my place? We'll drink some wine. We'll have some fun. He's like, nah. I was like, damn,
He's
that
like,
was your
no.
chance.
Yeah, you had a gravy grape thing going on.
And maybe it's because he's got the hots for Franny.
Or TJ.
No, TJ, maybe TJ. He's maybe gay, but
Maybe TJ.
Jack tells Maxie when she goes to meet with her grandpa that Francesca's in great danger. He's like, "You have a friend named something," and she's like, "Francesca." He's like, "That's the name. Yeah, she has that recliner. Yeah, it's possessed. She's gonna die."
It's
And they're
possessed.
like,
She's dead.
we need to get to the recliner to stop it." But Maxie goes by herself. She's like, no, that's not real. I'm just going to go there. And when she gets to Francesca's, she sees Ralph's body just being dragged across like the second story patio and sees the chair like using the recliner to
hmm
push it over the ledge.
There, no one will find it. Yeah,
Yeah, it just went into an alley. Nobody's
and
going to find
and
Ralph's
then
body there.
and then everyone will know the chair's fingerprints are on it too. It's not very good at crime cover up.
Yeah, it's leather print. It's suede prints.
It's suede prints.
She tries to sneak out. She doesn't scream or anything, seeing her dead cousin, but tries to back out of there, but steps on a clothespin. It was just loud enough to alert the chair, and he comes to chase her down. So she locks herself in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
yeah, chair style. He's pissed.
Don't get chased down chair style. They'll get you.
No, he's pissed.
And so she's kind of trapped in the second story bathroom. She tries to escape out the window, but there isn't like really any ledge or anything for her to go. So
Didn't
she
just
just
jump.
she just falls down into a garbage can just full of glass bottles.
Ouchie. Yeah,
Just impales her through the face. You see her hand sticking up, and then the garbage lid closes on her.
she's died.
Poor Maxie is now a goner too.
That's a rough way to go.
And so he sees her die. The chair waddles over to the sink and just looks into the drain of the sink and just starts going, Valerie,
Yeah, and he
Valerie.
keeps it up. Yeah, the rest of the movie.
He loves to say
It's
Valerie.
very, I thought he was saying "I love you" at first, but yeah, it's
I
Valerie.
too. He's saying I did too. He's no, it's Valerie. Francesca's just in a motel like across the city, and she's like, somebody say
What is
Valerie
that?
at me? She walks
What is
around the
that?
motel room until she gets to a
You guys
sink.
are in the. I can talk through sinks. That's sofa power.
It's like the cup and the string thing, you can hear each other. All drains are connected in New Zealand.
I think that's right. Like caves or something.
How many cities in New Zealand can you name?
Wellington,
Okay.
Auckland,
Those are the only two I know. So if you can name one more, you beat me.
New Wales.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
That might be in Australia, but yeah,
It
that's
might be.
my repertoire.
Well, the detectives end up popping into her motel room too. They're like, "You just left the door open. Don't leave your door open in motels." Like,
And when you got murderers after you, yeah.
there are two people, now four people. You don't know, but there are four people close to you that are dead. Two people that you know of. Don't leave it open. And so they're like, they call her while there and hear her phone. Oh, sorry. They take her to her home to find Maxie. And while they're in Francesca's home, they hear her phone ringing, and while they're searching, they find Ralph's body.
Two bodies at once.
No, they don't find Maxie's yet. Just
Oh,
Ralph's.
just Ralph. One
But they're
body at once.
close. They're close. They can smell her. But
Yeah.
Francesca's upstairs, and she
With the
turns
chair.
around, and the chair's just going, Valerie. You can finally see its mouth moving. Its crease.
It's cool. He's hot.
She sees it. She steps on Maxie's keys. She realized Maxie was here. Where the fuck is she? Is she dead?
With the Valerie chair. Yeah.
With the Valerie chair. So she takes the keys, screams, and drives off. And I put like, do they now suspect her of the killings? The detectives?
Potentially. They have to investigate. I think they suspect the chair at this point, though.
They don't know about the chair. Nobody knows about the chair. But also, there was a man in a window just looking down. It kind of looked like Ralph, but I was like, who is this man?
The chair.
No, it was an apparition.
Another ghost. A demon.
Another ghost. A ghost, a boon me, a ghost monkey.
A shallow chair.
So Jack, he calls Francesca because apparently he has her number.
Mm.
He didn't know who she was, but this old Jewish rabbi has her number. He calls her to explain everything to her. From his
chair, he says.
He does say it's the chair, and he says that Gerard and Valerie were a 19th century French couple. Gerard was burned alive for poisoning people with a flower, and she had committed suicide in front of a peasant woman named Marie. Marie was actually Francesca's grandmother, and Valerie inhabited Marie's body as a Dybbuk, and Gerard inhabited the chair.
He's the chair. That's why he wants Valerie.
They just want to be together. They're long lost lovers that couldn't live their life together, so they're trying to do it in the spirit world.
Or in this world.
But it doesn't quite add up because Dybbuks have to inhabit a living person, not just a chair. And someone, aka Frederico with his voodoo bullshit, opened a gate for Gerard to inhabit him. But then he was dismembered and murdered, and they're like, oh my God, he was put inside the chair. So it's Gerard being inhabited, and his body is controlling the chair.
It's and you kind of see it when they go inside the chair.
Yes.
Like fucked up skulls and shit.
100%. And so they're like, oh, okay, chairs can't be possessed. It's a man possessed inside of it.
It's a man. It's a killer man.
And so what they've got to do,
killer man.
Killer man. That's a man. That's a sofa.
That's a dude.
It's a chair. But they enact a plan. He's like, all right, we're just gonna build some Dybbuk boxes. We're gonna make them. We're gonna tell them to get inside the box, and we're done.
He'll do it. Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
They're gonna make some boxes, and Detective Gravy's at his home. He's doing push-ups, getting real fit, all while just staring at a picture of Francesca.
He's into it now. I like this angle. Yeah.
That he's also lusting after her.
This is a little bit of the what you call decision to leave angle. Yeah.
Ooh.
Good movie.
Starring Jaden McDaniels.
Directed by Park Chan-wook.
and Carl Anthony Towns, co-writer.
Co-writer.
But yeah, he's doing push-ups to her picture. Meanwhile, Detective Grape is staring at a picture of Detective Gravy. So she's into her partner. He's into Francesca.
The love triangle with the chair.
Chair's into Francesca. Too many love interests.
Plot for an $85,000 movie.
But while she's doing that, she texts him that Warren Lee is here to be investigated. Who's Warren Lee?
Name. He's the chair.
He's not the chair. He is the man from the beginning that cut off Frederico's legs.
Oh, good guy to investigate.
He tells him that Frederico had begged him to cut his legs off.
For voodoo reasons.
He even signed a contract. I mean, it wasn't like a fully legal, but he did write something down saying you will not be held liable. He signed it. They both signed it. It's not notarized, though. You're correct. He says he knew what he did was wrong, but he didn't kill him. And Frederico was a crazy man. He was just trying to help. He had this background where maybe
quick buck.
Cut his legs off, suture him up, and that was it.
He's fine.
And while all this happens, Francesca is entering the spirit void and getting more meaning behind the whole Valerie Gerard love story.
And there's a chair there.
She screams herself out when she is holding a knife, because it was the knife that Valerie used to cut her throat with. She wakes up to see Rabbi Jack just like dying on the floor. He's pointing at his bottle of aspirin. He's like, get it. And she's like, you're right. I do need to get it. So she grabs the Dybbuk box instead of taking care of him. She's like, I will take care of it. Yes, you're right.
Got you, Jack.
So he's just dying there of a heart attack.
Which can easily be solved by a couple hours. You're right.
I mean, when you do have a heart attack, the first thing they'll usually give you when you enter the emergency department is chewable aspirin.
Is that just like the cure-all though?
It's a start. It's an antiplatelet to keep all the blood from collecting and sticking to each other, so it can pass to get more oxygen to the heart.
So this guy, if I have a heart attack, that's all I need then.
You need some aspirin, and then they'll usually give you like Brilinta, and then they will maybe give you a clot buster. And put you on a blood thinner, and then probably stent you.
I was going to buy lots of aspirin. I'll be fine.
You'll be totally fine, yeah.
And I'll not buy chairs.
Don't buy chairs. Jesus Christ. Do not buy a chair. And so she takes it off with it, and Detective Grape is in while Detective Gravy was interviewing Warren. She was in Ralph's home looking for additional clues. She sees like all the hidden camera stuff. She looks through like a telescope, which was pointed down, but when she looks into it, it's pointed up at her second-story bedroom window. I was like, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, that's how cool. Filmmaking.
But she even sees that the recordings of her place. There's like couple videos of her like getting changed walking around the house, but one of them is a current live stream.
And on YouTube too. Yeah.
In the live stream, she sees the chair moving on its own, and then Francesca she watches Francesca come in just screaming at the chair, get in the box. Get in the box right now.
Get in the box, chair.
Chair.
They don't want to get in the
box. No, it doesn't. So she then douses the chair in gasoline. It gets herself kind of in some gasoline too. And I was like, "Oh, don't start a Hi, Jinjo." I was like, "Don't start a fire if you are also covered in gasoline. Please don't."
Yeah.
But she tries to anyway. She gets out her matches, strikes a match, and then the chair from across the room just keeps going, blowing it out. She's like, quit that. Gets another match, strikes it.
Quit that. It's already established his lung powers are amazing, capabilities beyond comprehension.
Yeah, he can blow really hard.
Yeah, and then you see the body inside, and it's all charred and gross.
Oh, it's so gross. She lit like we had to watch her light like 6 matches and him blow it out every time.
That's funny. That's
But
famous.
detectives come in, they start shooting the chair, and inside was Federico possessed by Gerard. It falls down. Yeah, his face is just like
Fucked up.
degraded. It looks like it's being eaten alive, basically. So they shoot him again, blow his brains out, and Francesca goes into the bathroom. Oh, she's also been just popping pills this whole time. I didn't mention that.
Mm-hmm.
She goes
Add
in
to it.
pop some more pills,
Pop
and
some pills.
because Gerard was in the chair inside Federico, Valerie's just chilling in her bathroom closet, like the ghost of Valerie.
Yeah, she's hiding in there.
She goes in to pop some pills. She drops them. She's trying to pick it up, and then the spirit of Valerie just opens up the closet, hijacks her body. Her legs are shaking like crazy.
Yeah, it seems like they should have done that earlier, Valerie. But yeah,
Well, she exits the bathroom, completely normal, and they're like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a
I've
little
got a
torn up
Dybbuk in
about
me,
all
but
this,
yeah.
but I just have a Dybbuk in me, whatever." No, she's like, "I'm totally fine. I mean, there's a lot going on, but I'll be fine." And Maxie lived.
Inexplicably, yeah.
She wakes up in the trash can alive after like 12 hours in there, comes upstairs with glass sticking
Ouchie.
out of her head.
Yeah, you think she should be awake before that, but yeah.
And Francesca's like, it's all over.
Beautiful.
All the stress, it's all over. But then the camera turns and she looks into a mirror like menacingly. You're like, oh, she's Valerie now.
She's it.
And maybe the
What about
next
the book?
day, the next night, I don't know. Pretty soon after this, she has Detective Gravy over to her house. They're having a little shin.
She's into it. Yeah.
She's dressed like tight, slutty black dress with the red lipstick on and the hair all done. He's like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
you are looking sexy. But she's making him the
Mm-hmm.
tea with the poison flower from the French 19th century Gerard
Doing it all over again.
It's bad. And Detective Grape, the female cop, she gets a call from autopsy saying they're like, I know you guys shot Federico in the face, but this guy's been dead for weeks. She's like, no, we killed him. They're like, now his body's been decaying weeks. And as they say,
it's in the book.
Maxie is researching the books as well. She finds, they missed one last video at the bottom. They didn't learn everything they could. They didn't scroll all the way down.
Wow.
So when she clicks on the video, they're like, the guy was like, a Dybbuk can inhabit an inanimate object if the host body has decayed too much.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Federico. The chair was
a chair.
It was a killer sofa.
And they shot the chair. And they shot it.
They shot the sheriff, but they did not shoot.
That's right.
The deputy.
Yeah.
And so Francesca poisoned Detective Gravy, and now the chair is transferring its soul of Gerard into Detective Gravy's body for him and Francesca, aka Gerard and Valerie,
together
forever. And Maxie's outside after learning about the book. She's looking up. She in her car, she sees Detective Grape enter the house of Francesca and sees her neck just get snapped by Detective Gravy. She's like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. And Francesca and Gravy leave together, and Maxie goes inside to call an ambulance and sees in the eyes of the chair, the 2 buttons, Francesca's soul falling into the blackness. And that's the end of Killer's Sofa.
Beautiful. Some would say. Others would say putrid, a putrid, horish movie. But We can't give away our ratings yet.
People would say putrid for P rabbit. Some people would say beautiful for B rabbit. You know, it's like a glass half empty quirk kind of thing.
Glass half full, glass half empty. Yeah.
Quirk kind of thing. Don't forget about that. The queers.
Yeah. Quirks.
Quotes. There's
Quirk
no
kind
way.
of thing.
Quirk kind of thing. There's no way you have quotes, right?
That's right. I think I'm protesting something.
2 weeks ago, you did say you were protesting. You would take a bunch of quotes down. You'd take like 20 quotes, but you were protesting saying them on here now.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm protesting something.
Until election season is over.
Yeah, or till Israel is peaceful.
What about Ukraine?
No, I don't care about them. There's quotes aren't contingent on their response.
And so you just don't care about Ukraine, Russia at all?
I don't know what there is to protest there.
To not take the land?
To not do it. Bad Russia.
To don't kill people?
I'll protest bad Russia, I guess, with no quotes.
I've got 5 quotes. It's pretty slim here. None from IMDb. I took them all myself.
That's because you're a worker.
I work hard. This is dedication.
Right.
My first is this is stupid. Just right away, you said good names, but I was just laughing so much when he goes, "I'm Detective Bob Gravy," and my fellow detective, Miss Roseanne Grape. I was like, do they both have to be food?
I think so. I think that's kind of a cute little Cagney and Lacey thing.
I guess, but I was like, God damn it, why do you both have to be food? When they are first being questioned by the detectives Maxie and Francesca and about Frederico's death, before the chair's even delivered, Francesca eventually goes, "I'm sorry, but I have to go. I'm having some furniture delivered." And Dr. Gravy just goes, "Wow, what kind of furniture?" You're so interested in her delivery.
That's some B movie overacting, yeah.
It's also, starting to just plug those little things like he's so interested in her life already.
That too.
And
it's funny delivery, yeah.
Jack and Francesca going over their plan after learning that about the Dybbuk's. Jack goes, "Here's my best plan. Step 1, we build the Dybbuk boxes. Step 2, put the Dybbuk's in the boxes. Step 3, we burn the boxes." And he's just doing these terrible little drawings. It's just a square, and then it's just a line, and then it's just little squiggles. He's like, "Oh, it's gonna be a long night." He's like, "Is it?"
Perfect plan. The boxes.
When Maxie comes out of the garbage can, glass, just the biggest shard of glass coming out of her forehead. She walks into the room. She goes, "What happened here?" She's like, "Frederico was in the recliner." And she goes, somebody goes, "Are you okay?" And there's just glass sticking out her forward that no one has acknowledged yet. I was like, of course she's not okay.
She definitely has a face infection.
She's
12 hours.
Stabbed through the skull for 12 hours. And then the last one, when Gravy and Francesca are about to have their special night together, he goes, "I must say, Francesca, you look rather ravishing tonight." And she goes, "Why, thank you, detective." And he just goes, "Please, call me Gravy." It's like, not call you Bob or Robert or anything, just
call
Gravy.
Bob Gravy at your service.
Just call me Gravy. Stupid. So
they had to find each other.
That's my quotes. It's ratings time.
Ooh.
Thermometer?
I don't think you have something for this.
I don't. NA.
Wow. Look at me go. Beat you, Seth.
What about an audience?
I bet there's an audience.
We're not pausing here. This is not the place to
Oh.
pause.
I'll say 64%.
It's lower. It's 43.
43. That's not bad.
Usually something like this gets a cult following, though. Metascore?
I don't have one.
Nice. You nailed it.
I suck at stats.
And an audience score out of 10.
And an audience score out of 10. 5.1.
I was going to say, this is not where we pause again. Seth wins. It's a 3.7.
Ooh, I was off. I think I beat Seth overall, though, because fuck him.
You did, because fucking.
Yeah.
And you got 2 of those spot on. So before we give ours, I'm going to tell you where this lands. At a 3.7, this just misses the IMDb bottom 100. It's like number 103.
Wow.
Movies that are just rated worse than this are The Room, Ginger Dead Man vs. Evil Bong, Leprechaun 4 in Space, Dragon Wars, The Emoji Movie, Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit.
Kung Fu Rabbit stole my PS5.
And then films that are just better than this: The Adventures of Food Boy, In the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale, The Wicker Man, Mel, Lamageddon, and The Cat in the Hat.
Mel,
our champion.
Mel.
So, with that being said, at the 37th worst film we've ever done, what are you giving this on the John Lasagna scale?
I'm going to give this a 5.8 on the lasagna scale, I think.
Nice.
I think it was, it was all right for the most part. There were some aspects that were stupid. I think a pretty grand, ambitious ending and overall scope for Killer Sofa.
Yeah.
That maybe pushes it beyond what I thought it was gonna be. 5.8.
Nice. I'm a 6.4. We're right on.
We're close again for Killer Sofa in the high range. I would say.
Yes, ambitious is the perfect word for this, because it's not just your B movie that's here for laughs. I mean, it is technically a comedy horror film.
There are some. Yeah.
But they actually put work into the script with like the Jewish mythology stuff. There was actually some well-crafted transitions, cinematography, some lighting choices. I think the vision is actually there, and the technical skills are there for Bernie Rao if he can get some source material and maybe a higher budget to actually do something.
Could be a guy to level up.
Yeah. So I think all the right pieces are there. Obviously, it's a film about a chair that kills people, so it's
less than $100,000.
I think it could tap out at maybe a 7 at the highest it can be.
Probably.
But they executed very well on what this could have been.
I thought so.
And none of the performances were like everybody actually
like Nathalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nathalie was okay. Rod. Ugh.
All right, Rod. Not like Rod.
Ugh. Bad. Right. So from us, a 6.1 average, our highest rated horror film so far.
Good. So far.
But actually, Van Helsing didn't do terrible. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 didn't do terrible. We're actually
not as bad as the first.
Skating by, so.
But Killer Sofa is a surprise.
It is a surprise. And then let's finish with some reviews. 2 critics. Matt Donato at Flickering Myth says, "It is weird, sometimes unwieldy, but should delight those who giggled incessantly at the film's properly conveyed trailer. 3 out of 4 stars.
That's pretty close to what we thought. 3 out of 4.
What did you just? Oh, no.
I was yawning.
And then Mike Phelan at sciencefiction.com said, "For a quick bit of wacky horror with a twist ending, Killer Sofa delivers on that end. It had the story and some key characters gotten a bit of tidying up in the script process, this could have been much more fun. 2.5 out of 5 stars.
It's pretty in line with mine. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
sofa.
And then Classic 7. None of them are super long for user reviews. And
Any returners?
I think three returners.
That's pretty impressive for a film like this.
First one's Cosmasp.
Oh, dumbass incoming.
New Year's Eve 2020. He was going through it during COVID. He says, "It's not a sofa." And I'm not talking spirits here. Although that too, of course. But the fact this is not really something I would call a sofa. Killer it is for sure. And it also takes itself quite seriously. Jed Brophy has one role in this, but it is the chair of death that really is the star. Also, the quite constructed story with evil spirits and flashbacks and all that, I have to admit, I thought this was going to be just a popcorn movie, which it really isn't. And I don't particularly mean that as a bad thing. I'm just letting you know, if you're looking for completely silly, maybe check the Killer Donuts. I did that too. 5 out of 10.
He was going through it. Cosmas is a dumbass.
He had a similar rating, and he said some of the same sentiments as us, but the way he says it, he's a dumbass. Next one, by newcomer Someone Mate, on November 8th, 2019. They say, very bad movie. This movie sucked so bad. Don't make movies like this. 1 out of 10.
Concise. Yeah.
Sometimes you take
across,
those.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next is newcomer Suburba Beard on April 22nd, 2020. Beard? They say, it's called Killer Sofa, but it's a recliner. I don't see how a recliner can have proper intimate relations with a woman. I feel a sofa's got more comfort and more all-around love. Not as perfect as a love as like a love seat. Just imagine all the spooning positions if it was an actual sofa. 10 out of 10.
Imagine. A lot of the criticism has been around that. The fact that it's a recliner.
This one was really like digging into how much sex and comfortability you can have with different, living room furniture. Next, returner No God, No Masters.
This guy's a dumbass too, I think.
October 4th, 2019. They say Federico is an occultist whose feet are cut off. He was obsessed with Francesca, who does interpretive dance slightly better than I do because of her long limbs. It isn't really a sofa, but a natty recliner. Perhaps things are different in Wellington, New Zealand. The film was part demonic and part killer chair. The chair sneaking around killing people aspect does not come across as campy as one actually might expect. There's no swearing, sex, or nudity. 6 out of 10.
Did he capitalize long legs?
Long limbs.
Long limbs, did he capitalize that?
No, but I knew he was emphasizing it.
He was. He's horny. Yeah.
Next, my last returner, B&S About Movies. On November 27, 2019. Brandon and Snedeker, actually.
Brandon and shit.
This is me. This has been me the whole time. They say, oh, New Zealand. What's going on in that country? Really, two things. First, the shots of the chair watching people are all uniformly hilarious. They're worth watching this entire movie for, as is the moment when somebody vacuums up an eyeball. Second, that's a chair, not a sofa. Stop the lies. 2 out of 10.
Yeah, again, another over half of the reviews that featured that complaint.
Penultimate today is by newcomer Fluff Chop.
Oh, welcome to the stage.
August 27th, 2021.
Oftentimes, newcomers have the best shot to win movies. So let's see what he's got.
They do. They say, I thought this might be an offbeat New Zealand comedy like Black Sheep. I didn't find it enjoyable to watch. I could only watch the first 11 minutes. When I skipped forward, it was the same thing going on. It's more like a drama than a comedy or a horror. It's a total failure to me. 1 out of 10.
I mean, we disagree, and it's probably not Mookie Award winning, but it's fine criticism.
Watch more than 11 minutes. Give it a goddamn chance.
Watch more
Jesus.
than that. Watch the
And
first one,
my last one. This might be the Mookie winner.
maybe.
It's from Angry Crow 1991. It's in all caps on
Let's start.
October 20th, 2019. Angry Crow 1991 says, very low budget movie. Caw-caw! If you want to see a goth girl fight with a sofa over lighting a match, watch this. Caw-caw! No nudity and no gore from this B movie. Caw-caw! 10 out of 10.
Why is he cacawing?
Because he's an angry crow.
Wow, it's a good bit. We could probably do that. We could nominate him.
I was
That's
like,
good, that's good film criticism. You're right.
I was reading it when doing the research. Like, why? Why is he doing this?
That's good bits. Those are good bits.
So that is going to end Killer Sofa this week. Are you recommending?
I think for like the month of October, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. And I don't like the typical, I like it less gory, stuff like that. So
You do. You're correct.
this is for me in that aspect. So I'll say yeah.
It's your cup of tea with a poison flower in it.
Sure, it's my favorite movie. Yeah.
I think I'm going to recommend two for sure in October. And then if you're like the horror or the B movie fan, these are like right down your alley. I think it fits both of those categories very well. And if you're a fan of one or both, check it out. October, check it out. If you're needing something just silly to put on as well, this little silly movie, check it out. So
that's a triple recommend from us. Because Seth recommended it too.
Yeah. All right. That's going to end it this week for the Downtown Spook Boys. Next week, we have our masterpiece. We decided it's got to be a newer one like we've been doing with Wally and, God, what do we do? What was our most recent
Exorcist
rom-com one? No. Did we do When Harry Met Sally this year?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure we didn't?
I'm pretty sure we didn't. We had the debate long ago.
We did You're right. We did Annie Hall. Then we did When Harry Met Sally. Oh, we did Groundhog Day.
Yeah, we did do Groundhog
Day. And then we did Wally.
Over and over and over.
We've been trying to do some of the newer ones because new movies can be masterpieces. So we ended up on Hereditary.
You said it's Hereditary, Brandon.
Hereditary. Yes, sorry.
Hereditary.
Common. Everybody always says
Armageddon thing.
It's one of those Mandela effects. It's Armageddon. It's
Hereditary.
Hereditary. By Ari Aster. Our second Toni Collette of this season as well. So, tune in there. We're gonna try and have both Seth and Devin. I'm gonna message him individually. So maybe we'll have the core four of us here together, and we'll tackle a masterpiece. And then we'll get into some birthdays. We got Carter with The Iron Giant. We've got Devin again with Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
His favorite movie.
A little Earth Girls or Easy action, and then maybe a surprise rollerball auction-based episode with Robert, but we're not going to tell him that it's an auction episode.
That would be incredible. Yeah.
So there's a recap for what's to come in November. So don't buy a chair. God damn.
Buy lottery tickets. And play the lottery.
And buy a gadoosh.
Yeah. Jinjo, you're so bad. Kill the cat. You don't kill the cat.
I'm excited for you to watch Hereditary for the first time.
I don't think I've seen any Ari Aster movie. No, he did The Witch, and that was Robert Eggers. I haven't seen any Ari Aster movies.
I can never figure out which ones. I've even written the script.
Yeah. I think Eggers did The Witch, I'm pretty sure. Aster's on The Lighthouse.
No, that's Eggers too.
What?
Yes.
I know he did the penis movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
He did Ari Aster did Beau is Afraid and Midsummer.
Midsummer, that's Yeah, they do blend together.
This is Ari Aster's first
That's
feature
crazy.
film debut.
He did like a Little Bo Was Afraid short
Yes.
before, which is weird.
Couple
He's a cool
shorts,
normal guy.
and then this was his first directorial debut. It's genuinely terrifying.
Herbie Rao should get the same treatment. He should have shot like that. Bernie
Yeah.
Rao, whatever his name is. Herbie.
Bernie Rao. Bernie.
Herbie Rao.
Bernie.
Bernie 2020. All right, I'll send this to you in the morning, Brandon
Sweet.
Finnegan. See you, pimp.
See ya.